Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Prashad Putnuru Speak English Fluently. In today's video, I am going to explain how I learned English language. I'm not from English medium school. I was from Telugu medium school. I did not have English speaking environment, neither at school nor at my home. My father and mother, not highly educated people. They didn't know English. They don't know even how to read and write. And at school, the condition is only in English class we used to read the lesson, and my sir used to explain the lesson from English to Telugu. Okay, I used to understand the lessons very well, and I tried to learn each and every word. I try to speak, and whenever I try to speak with my friends, they didn't support me. They didn't encourage me at all because they're not interested in learning. They didn't understand first of all. So I used to talk to myself whenever I was alone. I used to speak to myself like, now I came to the market. I bought this book. The cost of this book is 10 rupees. And tomorrow I have to go to temple. And today my friend came to my house. So as per the situation, whatever is going on that time, I used to speak. I used to use these sentences. I used to talk to myself. I never talked outside because nobody used to understand the language. Nobody encouraged. Everybody used to laugh at me because of my grammatical mistakes. That time I tried to speak, try to learn the sentence by heart, and I used to speak. Of course, I know the meaning. Some sentences I used to learn by heart and I used to speak. Sometimes I used to speak grammatical mistakes. Because of that reason, my friends all laughed at me, mocked at me. So after that, I stopped trying outside. What I did is, I used to speak to myself. I used to stand in front of the mirror. I used to speak. I used to write some sentences on the paper. I used to learn them by heart. After that, I used to practice. So after that, newspapers I used to buy from the shops. Old newspapers. They used to sell like 1 kilo papers for 10 rupees, 20 rupees, just like that. I used to buy old newspapers and I used to read them. Literally, I didn't understand anything because newspaper vocabulary somewhat difficult, right? It's not everyday vocabulary which we use in our daily conversation. Newspaper words are highly difficult words somewhat. We never use them in our daily conversation. So I used to read them. I didn't understand the meanings of the words, but still I try to read them. Used to read. I used to note down the sentences, some sentences which I know the meaning, which we can use them in practical conversation. So I used to note them down. It was everyday's everyday's routine, that one. I used to read the newspaper at least for 10 to 15 minutes. I used to identify 10 to 15 new words from the newspaper. After that, I try to talk to my friends. My friends also, after that, they also wanted to learn, and they also support me a lot, encouraged me a lot. So I was like a leader, motivator for them because I knew somewhat better than them that time. So I used to converse with them. They also felt happy, and I also used to get nice practice. We need to practice, right? Knowing is not sufficient. You need to practice. That's the reason I used to practice a lot. So that was the journey for 25 years. The last 25 years, I have been learning, learning, learning. So you should be the learner all the time. Whatever you know, you have to use them in practical conversation. If you do like that every time, one day or other you'll become fluent speaker. And some people, they start learning and they give up. You should not give up, friends. If you give up, you will never be able to become fluent in English language. You start, you continue that habit. What are the habits you need to develop? Listening. Listen, read, write, and speak. You need to follow LSRW. Listening, speaking, reading, and writing. You have to continue that. It's not only for 1 month. If you follow these steps, you will become fluent speaker. You need to continue these habits. You need to cultivate new habits, listening, reading, writing, and speaking habits. You need to talk to your friends, you need to talk to your children, you need to talk to your family members. Nowadays, everyone is from English medium school, so everyone can understand English language. Whatever you speak, at least they can understand. They may not give reply, they may not be fluent, but they can give reply at least. So you need not worry. Earlier days were different. More Telugu medium schools. There were no English medium schools. So that was the different scenario. But nowadays, everyone can understand. Now, the problem is everyone can understand, but very few people can speak English fluent. They can, that kind of exposure is there nowadays. Everybody is using English, but they're unable to speak English fluently. There are so many different reasons because they don't want to practice and they are afraid of the mistakes. They don't want to make any mistakes. Their thinking is like that once I become fluent in English language, then I will speak English language. It will never be done. You will never become a fluent speaker without making any grammatical mistakes, friends. Start practicing. Admit that you are speaking some mistakes. Tell your friends that you don't know each and everything, that you're not fluent, that you want to learn. Then your friends or anyone will support you. Oh, he is the learner, he is trying to practice. Okay. So in that way, you need to practice, friends. Make a habit of reading books because when you read books, you will learn more and more words from the books. Some new sentences also. The conversation between the two characters, the same sentences we can use in our conversation. So you can get a lot of benefit from reading books. And listen to the English podcasts, watch movies, watch English programs, and follow the native speakers of English. In YouTube, you can find number of videos. You can follow any one of them. At least for 10 to 15 minutes, at least you can watch their videos and listen to the music, English music, read books, and speak. Speak every single day. Talk to yourself every minute. And maintain one journal. In that book. Write down whatever you are doing, what time you wake up, what time you go to bed, what food you eat, who are your friends, what are your habits, okay, what's your favorite food. Each and everything you can write down in that book. By writing, what happens? Our fluency will improve by speaking and by writing. You understand? Reading and speaking, and writing and listening. So here you have to give input. What is the input? Listening. And reading is the input. Speaking and writing is output. You have to follow these steps, friends. Then only you will become fluent. It took me nearly 6 months. Within 6 months, I learned English. First, I started learning with the tenses. I learned the verbs, first form of the verb, and second form of the verb, and third form of the verb. After that, tenses I learned, present and past and future. After that, I learned subtenses also. That was the starting point. For you also, if you want to begin your English speaking journey, you need to start with tenses. If you learn tenses, you'll be able to become fluent in English language. Learn the tenses. Every day learn some new words and keep talking to yourself, keep talking to your friends, keep talking with everyone until you become fluent speaker. So friends, I am planning to start English speaking course online. If you are interested, please let me know through the comments. Just type S and let me know your name and qualification and where are you from. Please let me know where you are from. Thank you, friends. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family members if they are interested in learning English language. Thank you, friends. See you in the next video. Till then, bye. Take care.